G'day.
James.
James, Michael.
Nice to meet
You too.
you. Are you doing this alone today? With a commentary?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I think so, but I'm not 100% sure.
Oh, good. But anyway, yeah, it's all set. So
Alright, cool.
maybe we can just do a quick test on that.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Alright, hello, testing. Good afternoon. Welcome to the Kennedy Community Centre. All good?
Yeah, that's good.
Alright, cool. And is there a mute button on the mixer, or do you mute from there?
I come from me from there.
Okay. The Kennedy Community Centre is the theme of the AFL's first diverse talent showcase game for season 2026. It is the Indigenous Academy wearing the black and purple jumpers, taking on the Multicultural Academy, who are wearing the predominantly white and purple jumpers. Hello and welcome to Hawthorn's brand spanking new facility in the southeastern suburbs of Melbourne. Dingley, of course, the base now for the Hawks, and we're going to put this oval here to good use with this diverse talent game. We'll get into what the academies are about over the course of the afternoon, but it's the girls getting things started today. We'll have the boys' academies playing next week at this same venue. My name is Michael Peppicelli with you. Glad to have your company on the AFLPLAY YouTube channel, where you can catch this game and also the boys' game as well, as we get set for a big season of footy in 2026. It's going to be Namlatu starting in the ruck for the Multicultural Academy. High free kick in that scramble. It's going to go to Lily Britton, the captain of the Indigenous side. She won the toss and elected to kick towards the left of screen. Inside 50 kick, gets over the initial pack. Trying to scramble their way out of defence. The Multicultural side. Kikoke put her head over it, then lost control of the footy. And this is going to be a holding the ball call, so a shot at goal coming up for the Indigenous Academy. Billy Hamilton is going to line up from directly in front. Just deemed to have dragged in the footy the Multicultural defenders. Billy Hamilton, part of the GWS Academy. Home club is Queanbeyan in the ACT. She misses that one to the left. First score of the game is a behind for the Indigenous Academy. Kick to a 2-on-1 contest. Britain got a hand on it, trying to keep it in, was single, but out of bounds. So a great initiative, these academies, for young players from diverse backgrounds. Up to 25 players have been named in each academy, and they're coming off one of two high-performance camps that they'll undertake over the course of the year. The next one will be in September, and we'll also incorporate some of the 16-year-olds coming through the pipeline, but the academy is at the moment made up of 17 and 18-year-olds. As Single trying to break away from defence. Pressure good. Gets the handball back from Aquinaldo. Kick partially smothered. Newchurch trying to soccer it in her own direction. Now able to pick it up and looking for a handball option. Found one. Toe has her head over it. Missed the mark by hand, and this opens the door here for the Indigenous Academy. Hamilton again. Can't get enough distance on the kick. Finey just trying to get it out of there any which way she can. Unable to take clean possession of the footy. Ratara got involved. Lots of numbers around the ball. Maybe a chance now for Collard around the corner. It's going to drop at the top of the square, and terrific defensive mark taken by Kikoke. Unable to take the grab was Toe. Kikoke will get it back. Sold the dummy nicely, but an aggressive kick trying to exit defence, and it comes unstuck. Holloway, the interceptor, puts it into the path of Stonehouse, but is beaten to it that time by Finey, who's able to find the lead-up target, Hurwitz. Looking corridor, Beloga. Next option is Cocker. Inboard kick, a dangerous one. It got past a couple of players. Rock, one of those. Numlatu was dispossessed. Well done, May, to bring down the much bigger player. We'll get a stoppage. Just one behind to the Indigenous Academy after 4 minutes. Playing 20-minute flat quarters today. Numlatu somehow got rid of it. Plucked out of there by Major, who toe pokes it forward. Britain able to keep her feet while her opponent couldn't, and gets past another defender as well. Handball to Collard was good. She was under immense pressure. Kikoke just bangs it clear of the area. Coming through, that time Major again. Puts it into space, looking for John Forrest to get to work. Did a good job. Hamilton's been busy very early on. Looking for a target inside 50. Dropping the mark that time was Finey. And it results in a goal to the Indigenous Academy. Or is it coming back? No, it's a goal. So the Indigenous Academy have dominated the territory early on, and the goal kicker was Newchurch. Jayara Newchurch, out of Central Districts, one of a couple of players featuring today from that club in the Sandful, of course. Salisbury North, her home club, back in the middle. Chance for Rock. Handball was terrific to find Beloga, and she's able to find a target inside 50. Handball back towards Beloga from Hurwitz, was off target. She retrieves her own footy. Numlatu looking for a handball out wide. There's Newchurch again. Applying the pressure. Clearing kick over the head of Lake. Kikoke is another one who's been busy early, looking for Rock. She left it behind. Collard getting in there, now spiraled towards half forward for the Multicultural Academy, but getting in the road. That time was Moody. Able to find Andrews. To a contest. Britain did well to halve it, despite being outnumbered. We'll get a stoppage. From the restart, Andrews got first hand to it. Umpire says, give it to me. Neither ruck able to get a hand to it that time. Ball spills free. Teo lost control of it. Pack forms over the top. Get another stoppage. Coaches for these sides, Jakara Egan for the Indigenous Academy and Laura Fraser for the Multicultural Academy. Both, of course, supported by a number of others. Lakes kick toward the boundary line. Bounces over and out. Lasso free kick for Rock. Gets it moving up the line. Now looking to take the game on the Multicultural side. That's a good kick inboard. Not expecting it was Beloga. Ended up bouncing off her head. Now to the one-on-one inside forward 50. Leaving it behind was Vandenhever. Not the best kick though. Numlatu couldn't find a target. Working hard here, the Indigenous Academy defenders. Andrews is able to find Holloway at right half back. Another one from Central Districts. Kick up the line to the advantage of teammates, but it's stolen away by Beloga, who couldn't find anyone but John Forrest, and now Newchurch. Her kick intercepted by Aguinaldo out of the Gold Coast Suns Academy. They just keep producing talent up there in both the men's and women's games. Over the top of it, that time was Tucker finding Collard. Unable to take the mark was Bingham. Now she's got a problem. Slung to the turf by Kikoke. And again, crunching tackle from Leilani Kikoke, the Tasmanian. Not afraid to assert her physical authority. Taken by Collard, round the body, having to sit underneath it and not quite taking a courageous mark was Bingham. The Mlatu first hand to it. Collard left it behind, then burrowed in and won it, but gave it straight up. Teo looking to take on tacklers, just gets a handball away. Little toe poke from Lake, inside 50 in the path of Ratara, who was actually the first goal kicker as opposed to Newchurch. Just correct myself there. Free kick going to Finey for the Multicultural Academy. That's a dangerous kick though. Newchurch lurking. Couldn't bring it in. And it'll be tossed up. So I mentioned these players have the opportunity to participate in high-performance camps. They also receive access to online tools and resources in order to assist their on- and off-field development. And some of those tools include footy masterclasses from current AFL and AFLW players. Big clean hit there from Panay Vaha. Ball bobbling around in between sets of hands. Emerging with it momentarily was Single. Lost control. Good tackling pressure from the Indigenous All-Stars, and it's rewarded. Collard wins the free. Searing little kick inside 50 to the leading target is a good one. And it's going to be Bingham who's going to line up. Evie Bingham played in the AFLW Futures game last year. 4 games for Tasmania in the Coates Talent League. Kick on its way, and it's got to have enough on it. So the Indigenous Academy kicks the first 2. Evie Bingham with a nice finish from range. Mentioned 4 games in the Coates Talent League for Evie Bingham last year, representing Tasmania. North Hobart is her local club. She might be one the Devils have an eye on as they enter the competition in 2028. Just a little bit of confusion as we get a 666 warning against the Multicultural side. Wade got first hand to it. The secondary ruck for the Multicultural side then was dispossessed. Now a chance through Aguinaldo. Feeds it out. Hurwitz from the Sandy Dragons. Up and under kick. Got to Bingham. Kelly J. Bingham, that is, on the full, but she wasn't able to hang on. And now it's danger signs. The Indigenous Academy streaming forward in numbers through Collard into the path of Ratara, who we know can make things happen. That little spin move, terrific. Sold the dummy. Gives off the handball to Hamilton. Again, Newchurch round the body. Not enough. Nice passage there from the Indigenous Academy. Multicultural side really struggling to get it out of their defensive 50, and that's not going to help. Free kick going to be taken by Newchurch. Plenty of teammates calling for it inside. Goes to the goal square and it bounces harmlessly through for a behind. Kickoak playing on from the kick in and able to get plenty of territory as a couple of teammates collide, but Cocker able to hang on to the footy. Looking to go into the centre circles dangerously. Aguinaldo made it look better than it was. Now the body's flying in, but Aguinaldo able to win it again. Teo going forward. They've got numbers here, the multicultural side. If they can just win the footy, they're able to do that through Kato. Indigenous Academy having to defend for the first time in a while. Rock lost control of the footy. And we'll toss it up. Inside 50 for the multicultural side. Under 5 minutes to go in the opening term. Handball missed the mark. Britain able to find John Forrest, who took too long. Vandenhever, bullet pass, misses the target. Layla May, one of the Northern Territorians playing for the Indigenous Academy. Couldn't quite find her target. She'll get another go at it. This time the handball to Major, who didn't dispose of it but didn't have long enough according to the umpire, so it'll be thrown up. Wade again first hands to it. Unable to clear the area was May. Trying to burst through is Wade. Lost control of it. Nice move from Britain to clear the congestion. Taken though by Beloga, who got the side of the boot. And Lily Britton, who's been prominent in this quarter from the Narry North Foxes and the Dandenong Stingrays, so not too far from where we currently are playing at Kennedy Community Centre in Dingley. Teo dragged to ground. Andrews wins it down in the direction of Britain, who's forced to cop some contact. Couldn't break free. The Mlatu clears the area with the hit out. Now a chance for Toe to the one-on-one, and Wade is able to take the mark, used the body well in the contest, and able to take it. So in comes Maylee Wade for the Multicultural Academy's first goal. It dropped short. Was online, but just dropped short. Now on the goal line, Hurwitz over the top of it. Still in play and nicely done by the Indigenous side. Rock was involved. May trying to clear defensively. Here's Rock again, working in tight quarters. Wade and numbers eventually won out, but she was infringed in the process. So Peggy Rock sets it to the top of the square. And Major able to take it defensively to May, who plays on. That works to Baldwin. Now working broadcast side. Britain He's going to win the foot race. Finds Hamilton, but no one home. And Panaivaha marks. She goes quickly, trying to go corridor. It's dangerous, though, because Lake is making a real nuisance of herself. Free kick going against Toe that time. Dived on the footy. Sajiji into attack. Taken nicely by Baldwin. Shows a clean set of heels. Can't get enough on the kick, though. And Beloga again is able to find Teo. Outnumbered here, the Multicultural Academy. Major took possession. Only 15 seconds to go. Maybe a chance for another goal for the Indigenous Academy if everything goes perfectly, but that's not going to happen. Ingham tried to take them on. And that'll do it for the opening term here at Dingley. The Indigenous Academy 2-3-15 leading the Multicultural Academy, who are yet to score. The goal kickers, Ratara and Bingham. Lily Britton has been fantastic, taking control through the midfield for the Indigenous Academy. Jayara Newchurch has been active inside 50. Well, Peggy Rock and Grace Toe have had plenty of footy for the Multicultural Academy. But we'll go to a break here on the AFL Play YouTube channel. It's the Indigenous Academy leading by 15 points. Welcome back to Kennedy Community Centre in Dingley, where it's the Indigenous Academy leading the Multicultural Academy 2-3-15 to no score. This is, of course, the first game of the AFL's Diverse Talent Program showcases this year. There will be a boys' game next week, same time, same place, and there will be more opportunities for these young men and women to shine over the course of 2026. Fantastic initiative by the league, looking to develop not just terrific players, but also good people as well, on and off the field, through leadership and development modules, emphasising building confidence and communication skills and just life skills in general. As we get underway in quarter number 2, Namlatu with the hit out. Rock was set upon as soon as she took control of the footy. Britain, her opposing number 3, wrapped her up. Miller got the tap on at that time, but bursting away is Britain. The kick inside 50 wasn't so good. Stonehouse able to give it off to Newchurch, who sends it goalward. Hamilton now one-on-one, going against Punai Vaha. Spills free. And we'll get a stoppage. Top of the square for the Indigenous Academy. Sean Andrews in the ruck against Namlatu. In fact, Andrews left it for Baldwin. Ball in congestion. Overrunning it was Lake. Coming away this time and not quite finishing, Stonehouse. Hitting the post with the snap. Multicultural Academy going quickly from the kick in. Namlatu just over the head of the intended target. Players from both sides going in hard, and that ball's been dragged in. Indigenous Academy free kick going to May. Her kick cut off by a hard-running Grace Toe. She's got space on this broadcast side that she can exploit, but she's turned it straight over to Tucker. And they look dangerous here, the Indigenous Academy. Baldwin couldn't quite find her target, but Britain was good enough to shake a defender. Gets it off to Hamilton, whose long left foot effort is offline and helped on its way out of bounds by Newchurch. Lily Britain having a major impact in this game, and when they get it going inside 50, the Indigenous Academy, they just look so dangerous. And their pressure's been good. They've been able to dominate territory so far in this one. Boundary throwing drops short. Dubious looking handball out of the congestion, and it was in fact a throw. So shot at goal coming up for Billy Hamilton. He's been active. Opening score of the game was a behind off her boot early in the first quarter. She can line up for a major here. Mentioned earlier, part of the GWS Academy. And she just poked at that one and missed to the near side. Missed a handful of opportunities now. 2 goals, 5, the Indigenous Academy. Tucker able to dish it off. Gets it back from John Forrest. Tucker crosses the 50. Pressure affected her kick, but look at Newchurch showing off the wheels. Turns and didn't get much on the kick, but it was effective to Hamilton, and it will result in another behind. Those two proving a dangerous combination so far for the Indigenous Academy. Single able to corral the bouncing footy to Teo. Over the head of Hurwitz. Leads her opponent to the footy. Off the ground. Now a chance for Single again. From deep in the pocket. Misses everything off the side of the boot. Maybe a chance for the Multicultural Academy to just get some territory and keep it where they want it. Difficult kick for Tucker to corral. Now she's got a problem and she's caught. Lene Vandenhever, after some excellent pressure, receives the free. WA native from Queen's District locally and West Perth at waffle level. Went at a goal a game playing senior Waffle W footy last year, but has dragged that one to the far side. First score of the game for the Multicultural Academy, and perhaps a chance to lock it in and force a goal-scoring opportunity. Poor kick in that time. Stolen by Namlatu, who makes them pay. The big ruck kicks the first for the Multicultural Academy. Gets that margin back to 11 points. Avuya Namlatu, another player from WA. East Freo is her club. Kicked 10 goals, 6 from 7 games playing in the Rogers Cup last year, which is the underage waffle girls competition. So she certainly knows how to kick them. And she wins this hit out down as well. Aguinaldo bodied off it by Holloway, who will receive the free for high contact. Plays on immediately. Looking for someone to lead at her. Instead, Ireland able to paddle it to herself. Didn't get much purchase on the kick, but Britain's in the area. Always so clean when she has a chance to pick it up. Dishes off the handball. Walker from long range is able to find a teammate. Nicely done by the Indigenous Academy. Well worked, and it's Layla Stonehouse who's going to have an opportunity to kick for goal. Tasmanian from South Launceston. Layla Stonehouse goes across the face, but it's marked by Hamilton. Well, she's been threatening Billy Hamilton. 3 behinds so far today. This shot will suit the left footer. And she runs around, but kept it too low. Touched on the way through. Kick in is a dangerous one into the pocket. Doing well enough was Finey. Now they can get some run and carry off half back. Beloga. Over the head of Cocker. And that'll result in a lasso as it bounces over the line. 2-7 plays 1-1. They've been inaccurate, the Indigenous Academy, despite dominating large parts of this contest. Will it come back to bite them? Wade's kick towards half forward. Last player back was Edgley. Lost control of the footy. Eyelet likewise. Somehow emerging from that was Kelly J. Bingham. Comes unstuck, and John Forrest will escape for the Indigenous Academy, but straight to Aguinaldo, who parts the seas, finds a target in the square, and Vanden Hoover able to kick the Multicultural Academy second. Aguinaldo, the captain, has been one of the Multicultural side's best so far. Two goals to none in the term. All the scoring being done towards the left of screen, but there's no scoring end here, really. No win to speak of. Back in the middle. The Mlatu starting to have an impact on this game. Collard ran into trouble. May dumped as she kicks. Taken by Cato. Around the corner. Making it difficult for Cocker, but she's got some time. Overran the footy. Aguinaldo again. Just hacks it inside 50, hoping for the best. Bounce was good for Eilert. She let it go. And Heidi Island looking to clear defensive 50, but the kick trickles over the line. Wasn't touched on the way through. They look to enter attacking 50. Again, the Multicultural side, but doesn't work out. Moody kicks to a contest in which there's a free kick. Going to Britain. Goes long. Well-weighted kick in the end. Baldwin using her height. Gets it moving. Andrews couldn't hang on. It was a good kick from Baldwin. Collard's handball misses the mark. Cato looking to bang it forward. Maybe Kelly J. Bingham can go to work again. Her opponent went to ground. That'll be easy pickings for the defence. Maya Davies takes on tacklers dangerously. Somehow got a handball off, but it wasn't convincing. Now they're out of the area. Spoil came from Wade, but John Forrest able to sprint away. Britain one-on-one here, did well against Dodd. Gives the handball off, and now Newchurch is off and running. Lowers the eyes for Stonehouse. Kokoke caught flat-footed initially, but able to take control of the footy. Gets the handball off, but it was straight to Baldwin, who left it behind. Stonehouse set upon by Finey, who's been solid in defence. Wade takes it out of the ruck. Kicks up the corridor over the head of Single. Tucker misses the mark by foot. Ball up. Just under 7 to go in the first half. Push out in the ruck. Free going to Wade. Who looks laterally over the head of Cocker. Follow-up effort was terrific, though, and she'll win the free. Towards centre-half forward. Single dropped the mark. John Forrest couldn't take control of the ball. Now she's forced to play tackler. We'll ball it up. Just inside the 50 for the Multicultural Academy. Trailing by 6 points. Little clearing kick. Ends up in the hands of Law, who sprints into the open goal. Scores are level late in the first half. Chloe Law, the Sandy Dragon from Bo Morris, not too far from here. Had it land fortuitously in her lap and took full advantage. So 3 goals to none now in the term. 4 behinds for the Indigenous Academy. 3-1 to the multicultural side. Many of these players, of course, tied to club NGAs. So no doubt there'll be plenty of curious onlookers from clubland just keeping an eye on their talent coming through. .666 warning against the Indigenous Academy that time. Dispossessed was Collard. Holloway unable to break the shackles. May having a run on the ball, left it behind. 4 minutes to go in the term. Rock's hands were clean, so were toes, and now off is Wade. Heavy collision. Bingham ducked one tackle, but couldn't get out of the massive bodies. Free kick going to Wade in the ruck. Kick to toe went all of 5 metres, so she's forced to get it moving. Good hands that time from Moody. Single now involved and will get a stoppage. Newchurch now has done some terrific work inside forward 50, this time in the back half of the ground, turns it over. Grace Toe shows some toe, sends it toward the goal square. Eyelet's snap was smothered, and it's out of bounds. The Multicultural Academy put together a 3-goal-to-none quarter. 2.5 minutes remain. After the Indigenous Academy kicked the only 2 goals of the first term. Round the body from Single. It'll bounce. Does it have enough? Goal umpire says yes. Something out of nothing for Asia Single. And that's now 4 in a row for the multicultural side. Gold Coast Academy member from Burleigh Heads. .90 seconds left in the first half of what's been a good contest. Both sides putting on a good show as Wade taps it down beautifully for Aguinaldo. Deep inside forward 50 entry. Chaos, and Law's going to run into the open goal again. 5 on the trot for the Multicultural Academy. Chloe Law becomes the game's first multiple goal kicker. But terrific ruck work from Maylee Wade, and Aguinaldo showing off her ability with the speed and long kicking. And Chloe Law certainly has a bit of pace to her. We've seen that on a couple of occasions now. So that's two in the space of about a minute. Back in the middle, can the Indigenous Academy stem the bleeding? Not this time. Rock dishes it off to Toe again. Deep entry over the back of the pack. Law is lurking. Won't get a chance this time, but they will get a shot at goal to end the term. The Multicultural Academy holding the ball, free kick. And it will result in a shot at goal. It's going to be Kelly J. Bingham, who's shown flashes of her ability at times. As good as directly in front, puts a cap on a 6-goal quarter for the Multicultural Academy. They all get around her, and at the half, it is a 6-1-37 to 2-7-19 game. 3 of those goals from the Multicultural Academy came in the last 90 seconds of the term. Chloe Law's got 2 goals, and then all singles. Vandenhever, Namlatu, single, and Bingham. For the Indigenous Academy, they've had chances. They dominated that opening term, but wasteful kicking in front of goal sees them into the half at 2-7-19. Faye Ratara and Evie Bingham are their goal kickers. We'll go to a break on the AFL Play YouTube channel with the Multicultural Academy leading by 18 points. Just about time to get the second half underway at the Kennedy Community Centre in Dingley. And after a blistering second term, Multicultural Academy lead the Indigenous Academy 6-1-37 to 2-7-19. Michael Peppicelli with you for today's game, which you can catch live and free on the AFLPLAY YouTube channel. And as I mentioned, 6-0 in quarter number 2 for the Multicultural Academy, 3 of which came in about the last 90 seconds of the quarter. It was Kelly J. Bingham kicking one after the siren from a holding the ball free kick. Chloe Law kicked 2 of the 6 goals in the term for the Multicultural Academy as Wade wins the opening hit out, but not to her team's advantage. And Britain, who's been one of the Indigenous Academy's best, off to Andrews, but her kick inside 50 is wayward and marked by Panaivaha. It's been defensively solid in this one. Kick to a contest, which results in a stoppage. Andrews tried to flip it over her head. Britain again, so clean by hand. Misses the target that time, though. Panaivaha overran it. Evie Bingham, who's one of the goal scorers for the Indigenous Academy, the other being Faye Ratara. And it's out of bounds, inside 50. Every goal so far in this game has been kicked to your left. There's no real reason for that. It's a still day in Dingley. That's the way the game has gone so far. Wade taps it down at her feet. Unable to keep it in is Collard. Tiama Collard from Peel Thunder, North Mandurah locally. Played 11 games at senior Waffle W level last year. Looking to build on that in 2026. Rock had it for a moment, then lost it. Peggy Rock, one of a number of Northern Territorians playing in this game. Great to see talent from the top end as part of the pipeline. Hamilton's hands were good to Britain. Over the top. And a goal for John Forrest. Continuing the trend of every goal being kicked to the left of screen. Tanisha John Forrest. Talk about Northern Territorians. She's one as well from the Tiwi Bombers. Third goal of the game for the Indigenous Academy. I've outlined a couple of times, but one of a couple of showcase games for these players in the Indigenous and Multicultural Talent Academies. Collard tried to work through traffic. Britain receives the handball and goes deep inside 50. Walker couldn't quite hang on. John Forrest causing problems inside defensive 50 and forced that out of bounds on the full. The Indigenous Academy showing some life to start this second half. Andrews looking to finesse the kick into the pocket over the head of Hamilton. Singles handball was good. They clear defensive 50. Toe having to work 1-on-4, but did well to just get it out of play. .12 game. Indigenous Academy led it by 15 at quarter time, and it was an 18-point multicultural lead at the half. Called to play on is Moody, who swings onto the right and kicks blindly straight to single. In fact, that was Kikoke, who in turn misses the target by foot, opens the door for the Indigenous Academy. Hamilton was clean, dishes off the handball. Evie Bingham a chance, round the body. It's got to come back a long way, but on the goal line, saving the day is Finey. It's been terrific in defence. Not the cleanest exit attempt, though. We'll get a stoppage, right forward pocket for the Indigenous side. Britain trying to soccer it off the ground, missed everything. Hamilton was bodied away from it. And Guinaldo with the tackle. Britain again, feeds it out. Kick was smothered in the end, and Multicultural Academy defending grimly. Kikoke and Collard going at it. Ball up. They exit defensive 50, the Multicultural Academy. This is Teo up the line. And on a searching lead is Law, who wastes no time going inboard to an outnumber situation and able to intercept is Moody, who finds Bingham in the centre of the ground. Kicked a goal in the opening term. Hammers it long into attacking 50. Hamilton had the sit, but pushed her opponent in the back. Or she was pushed in the back, in fact. She goes laterally for Newchurch, who put it to ground. One-on-one contest ensues and the ball not coming out. From the restart, Rock. Kick smothered from Vandenhever. Ends up in the hands of Baldwin, who misses. Exit kick into the path of Kikoke, and luckily for the Multicultural Academy, that kick stayed inside defensive 50 because it wasn't touched on the way through. 7.5 minutes in to quarter number 3. Rock takes possession. Off to Vandenhever. Long to a one-on-one. Bingham gives away the free. Looks like good body work, but the umpire disagreed. Holloway. To a contest. And it's plucked by Davies. Made it hers. Sends it to the top of the square and finds Hamilton, who's had a rough day in front of the sticks. Plenty of opportunities. Has played well for the most part. Just hasn't converted her opportunities. Now, from more or less the top of the square, the Giants Academy member can kick her first of the day and bring it back to a 5-point margin. So it's been all the Indigenous Academies so far in this term. The Multicultural side has barely even gotten it inside 50. From the restart, Edgley got first hands to it. Multicultural Academy will go forward though through Wade. Inside 50. Namlatu couldn't grab it. Chloe Law's got a couple goals today. This time trying to set up a teammate. Doesn't quite work. Namlatu applying pressure. Eyelet's in there as well, and ball ends up over the line and out. Halfway through the quarter, and the 18-point halftime lead to the Multicultural Academy has more or less been erased. First 2 goals of the quarter have gone the way of the Indigenous side. May lost control of the footy. Handballing blindly was Namlatu. Chance for Law. Didn't get much on the kick. Newchurch left it behind, which is dangerous. Ball eventually spills free somehow. Namlatu had to go down a long way. And her snap is off the behind post. So for really the first time in this quarter, the Multicultural Academy with some ball at their end of the ground. Britain has it punched away. Handball away from the congestion. Miller gives it off to Bingham, whose hands were quick. Law now back for Beloga. Off a couple of sets of hands, and the Indigenous Academy going to try and slow things down. Tucker clears defensive 50, gives Major an opportunity, but she was outnumbered. Pataya arrives on the scene. Not the best kick for Aguinaldo, and it's taken by Stonehouse, who just puts it on the boot and hopes for the best. Finey couldn't complete the mark. Got the handball away, but it wasn't a great one. And now they're lining up. Britain over to Ratara, who will dribble home a goal and give the Indigenous Academy the lead. Her second, Faye Ratara, from Pioneer in the Northern Territory. Three goals, 1 to no score in the term. Multicultural Academy did go scoreless in the opening quarter before piling on 6 goals, 1 in the second. Now with 7 to go in the third. They've yet to put a score on the board in this quarter. And they'll get the free kick out of the centre to the Indigenous Academy. Sean Andrews towards half forward. A strong lead from Baldwin. Couldn't take the mark. Kickoak handballing to a voice. Dragged down before she could kick. And the pressure just too much for the Multicultural Academy to withstand at the minute. Major. Stonehouse making the contest. Trying to spin out of danger was Namlatu. Left the footy behind, but it'll work out okay. Toe couldn't quite gather it and was pushed without having it. Grace Toe from the Oakley Chargers and the Blackburn Footy Club able to find Pataya. Low ball. Bounced off the chest of the intended target. Intercepted now by Tucker, who again just hacks it forward. They've got numbers here, the Indigenous Academy, if it sits, but it just didn't quite for Lake. Still buzzing around his Lake, making life very difficult for the likes of Kokoke and the multicultural defenders. Lake still going. Handball intercepted by Davies, who sends it forward. Dodd left it behind, opening the door for Major, who is wrapped up. Five minutes left in the third quarter. It's been all Indigenous Academy this term. Collard round the body. Getting a friendly bounce is Ratara. Already has a couple of goals today. Gets around a couple of would-be tacklers and snaps a behind. That would have been one of the highlights of the game. As it stands, a 2-point Indigenous Academy lead. High ball out of defensive 50, but straight to Collard. Baldwin on a searching lead once again has worked really hard up the ground today, leading for her teammates. Hasn't always been able to complete the marks as Cato had it a long time, but was given some time to get rid of it. Collard, terrific chase down effort, affected the initial kick. Back into the corridor, crashing the pack, Andrews. And coming away with the footy was Tucker. But she didn't dispose of it in the required time. Kelly J. Bingham, a member of the Brisbane Lions Academy, gets it to Pataya. Rock's hands were clean. Now Single has it on the 50. High ball to a one-on-one, and the height advantage was always with Vanden Heaver that time. Newchurch just not big enough. So Vanden Heaver kicked a goal in the second term and now has one in the third. The first goal of the game to the right of screen comes with 2.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. And it gives the Multicultural Academy back the lead. Just got enough off it. Just got enough on it, Lune Vanden Heaver. Got a taste of senior Waffle W footy last year. I'll be looking to add to that over the course of this season. From the restart, Andrews with the tap, and will get a free kick. Sets it up. Fantastic contested mark taken by Baldwin. He's been threatening to do that all day. Has worked hard leading up at the footy. Kicks from just inside the arc to the top of the square, and another terrific mark taken that time by Kokoke, who played on, put herself under pressure, but was able to find the outlet in Namlatu. Vanden Heaver's calling for it. She's got it on the broadcast wing. Looking ahead for Rock. Had it bounce off her chest. May Bounced off a couple of tacklers, but couldn't bounce off the third. Now Bingham, who's going to take the advantage in the direction of Wade, who couldn't quite gather. Hurwitz pulled off her kick. Ireland, I think, wanted the boundary line, but didn't quite get it. Hurwitz couldn't find Wade by hand. Intense pressure coming from the Multicultural Academy, and they forced it out of bounds. And they're saying, well, the initial signal from the umpire was a lasso, but I think that was just inside the arc, so it'll be thrown in instead. 10 seconds left in the term. You'd think that'll be it in terms of scoring. But a 3-goal-to-1 quarter from the Indigenous Academy is Mlatu's kick won't be marked in time. So 3-1 in the term. And the Multicultural Academy takes a 4-point lead into three-quarter time. 7-1-43 to 5-9-39. Vandenhever and Chloe Law are the multiple goal kickers. They each have 2 for the Multicultural Academy. Bingham, Single, and Namlatu each have 1 goal. And for the Indigenous Academy, Faye Ratara has 2 singles to Evie Bingham, Billy Hamilton, and also Tanisha John Forrest. As we go to our final break here from the Kennedy Community Centre in Dingley, with the Multicultural Academy leading the Indigenous Academy by 4 points. Just about ready for the final term here at the Kennedy Community Centre, the first of many opportunities these 17 and 18-year-olds will have to show off what they can do over the course of season 2026, heading into the AFLW draft. It is the Multicultural Academy leading by 4 points. Aguinaldo, who's been one of their best. Here she is again. Received the handball from Cato, but didn't dispose of it properly. Been a game of swings and roundabouts. The Indigenous Academy kicked the only 2 goals of the opening term, then conceded 6 on the trot, all coming in the second. But then they managed 3 goals, 2 to just 1 goal in the third quarter. Wade trying to get the hands free. Major a second and third effort. Wrapped up by Teo. We've got an Indigenous Academy player down. Maybe a cramp. Looks like being stretched out. So the clock has stopped. Well, it had stopped. As Tanisha John Frost it is receiving medical attention. She's going to make her way off the ground with the trainer. Play's going to get back underway. Aguinaldo looping handball to Cato, who sends it forward. Got past everyone initially. Ireland trying to sweep things up defensively. Does that, but not for too long as it's straight to Single, who bangs it inside 50. They've got numbers at the back. Unable to complete the mark was Kelly J. Bingham, and will get a stoppage. They got away with one there, the Indigenous Academy. 2.5 gone in the term. Picked up by Bingham. Looking for Hurwitz by hand. Now Moody. Last line of defence. Has a lot of work to do and just able to find the sanctity of the boundary line. Ball thrown in. Slapped forward by Law. No one on the end of it though, and it's a rush behind. Just the second minus score of the day for the Multicultural Academy. Ireland leaves the goal square and goes up the middle aggressively. Single tried to paddle it on. Stonehouse, though, kept her feet. Eventually, ball extracted. Kokoke couldn't quite gather. Grace Toe with a big tackle. And we'll have it thrown up. Wade with the reach. Picked up momentarily by Kokoke, who lost it. And it'll be thrown up again. Many of these players, of course, NGA eligible. So recruiters will be keeping an eye on them, of course. Britain soccering it forward. Up the line, kick not so good. Collard misses the target. Scooped out by Cato. Aguinaldo was good in traffic, able to find Kokoke, who bangs it high and long. Big collision at the fall of the ball. Indigenous Academy player is down. Singles taken the mark. It's Evie Bingham who's on the ground, being attended to by trainers, but play goes on. Taken by Namlatu, who's kicked the goal. As the Multicultural Academy forwards were able to get out the back, but tension on Evie Bingham, who looks a little worse for wear after taking a big hit in the marking contest. That's Namlatu's second goal. The ruck from East Freo as Evie Bingham makes her way off the ground. It's opened up an 11-point Multicultural Academy lead. They led it by 18 at the half, but only by 4 at three-quarter time. With just under 14 minutes to go. .666 infringement against the Indigenous Academy. So free kick taken out of the middle by Wade. Leading up Vandenheever. Bangs it long, bangs it very long, and it's going to bounce all the way for a goal from inside the centre square. Lune Vandenheever has her third. What an effort. Bounce through. Now a 17-point game. Back in the middle. Wade with the fist out of the ruck. Toe gathers. She'll go again, Toe, this time to Teo. Oakley Chargers teammates combining. Now a chance for Eilert towards the top of the square. Law's going to keep it alive. Indigenous Academy defence under all sorts of pressure. They've got the squeeze on the Multicultural Academy. Sidestep from Rock, terrific. Sends it towards the goal line. Didn't have enough on it. May's kick is smothered. Ireland this time trying to clear. Newchurch provided the contest, but it's straight down to Toe, who misses. Ireland goes long. Newchurch one-on-one. Dropped the mark. Teo ended up with the footy, but was wrapped up immediately. Britain working her way through traffic. Lost control of the ball. So too did Toe, but she was deemed to have disposed of it illegally. Myla Tucker Up the line for Hamilton, who's run a long way to try and get on the end of that. Good spoil by Kokoke. Aguinaldo used her body well. Handball straight to Tucker, though, who's run down from behind. Turnover ensues. Stoppage. Over the halfway mark of the final quarter. It's an 18-point Multicultural Academy lead. They went scoreless in the opening term. First 2 goals of the game went the Indigenous Academy's way. They kicked the next 6. Before things have evened up a bit in this second half. 4-point game at 3/4 time. And it's 2 goals to none so far in this quarter. Rock, Bingham, Toe. Up and under kick into the pocket. Can't quite find Mlatu. Recovered well. Toe ends up with the footy. Breaks tackles. And goals. Back in the middle. Rock. Dishes it off to Wade. That was a throw to Rock. That'll be paid to John Forrest. Losing it in the sun that time was Finey. Major tracking the ball. Gathers inside the arc. Looking for but not quite finding Walker. Andrews bullied off the ball that time. And they'll come away with it, the Multicultural Academy. Cato with John Forrest in hot pursuit. Able to get the kick away. Ireland used her body well defensively, but then dragged off the kick. Made life difficult for Holloway. He's got a couple to beat, but won't get away. Three goals now to none in this final term. Nicely done, Bingham. Touched over the line and out. Six and a half minutes to go. Boundary throw in right half forward. For the Multicultural Academy, they've dominated this final term. Toe able to grab possession. Off to Mlatu, whose kick is over the head of Ingham. Has plenty of time, though, to gather and assess the options. Goes with the banana, and it's hit the post. Kick in taken to May. Now Stonehouse, who's led a long way up the ground. Back to May. showing some dash with a bounce. Up the line. Walker was unable to complete the mark and going the other way towards Hurwitz now, the Multicultural Academy, but comes unstuck. May. Dangerous kick across the face of goal. Collard did well, rode the contact and took a bounce through the middle of the ground as well. Misses the target by foot. Constance Dodd getting in the way. Looking for single. Tabitha Ingham comes away with it instead. Difficult one for Tucker, who was taken high. Hamilton's got 3 to compete with, and Aguinaldo takes the mark. Not a great kick going short, but Ratara couldn't take the mark. So time to recover. Beloga now inside 50, over the head of Britton. Toe pokes it towards the boundary line and gets the desired result. Under 4 minutes to play. 25-point Multicultural Academy lead. This, of course, the first of a couple of showcase games these young women will have over the course of the year representing these academies. Also involved in programs in which they'll complete modules and training sessions. Towards the top of the square. Great opportunity for these young women, no doubt about that. And the boys' academies will play next week at this venue. Hurwitz wins the free. From Bentley and the Sandy Dragons, misses near side. .26 points the margin. As Tucker goes long and wide, but tailor-made for Vandenhever, who's impressed today, no doubt about that. Centering kick. Gets to the back. Eilert couldn't take advantage, and neither could Aguinaldo. Trying the other side this time, Tucker, but doesn't get the desired result. Straight to Teo, who wastes no time. Tall target. Isn't Mlatu. Can't take it. Crum missed. Layla May to take the kick in this time. Takes on the bigger Wade. Gets around her comfortably. Into the corridor, but he just can't tape half back at the minute. Rock involved. So too Teo. Singles kick to a contest. It ends up with Namu, who just misses. 2 goals, 1 for the Rock. Island's kick partially smothered by Namlatu. Vandenhever round the body, goal. That's 4. Or is a free kick being given away? Yeah, that goal's not going to count. High fend-off against Vanden Hever. May the recipient. To Baldwin. Now Tucker. Hamilton has worked hard all day for the Indigenous Academy. Not a best effort by foot. Made life very difficult for Baldwin. Final couple of seconds. Namlatu goes long. And that's the game. So the Multicultural Academy gets the victory in this showcase game against the Indigenous Academy. 10-8-68 to 5-9-39. Lune Vanden Hever, the star up forward with 3 goals, 2 each to Law and Namlatu. Singles to Kelly J. Bingham, Grace Toe, and also Artia single. While for the Indigenous Academy, 2 goals to Faye Ratara, singles to Tanisha John Forrest, Billy Hamilton, and also Evie Bingham. So that'll wrap things up for our coverage here of this contest from the Kennedy Community Centre. Hope you've enjoyed watching along on the AFLPLAY YouTube channel. But for now, my name is Michael Peppicelli, signing off from Dingley, where it was the Multicultural Academy defeating the Indigenous Academy.